look how big this field is, and that's the play that they opt for. It's like, isn't the tush push kind of? Who wants to watch that? That building's full, and the tush pushes were happening all over the place in both leagues' parts.
In parts, you just said it, and I get. I talked to Zach both on air and off air about this. This, to me, is one of the worst parts of the CFL, and I get why they do it. I really do. I understand. You get the yard neutral zone. It makes a lot of sense. It's a very high successful rate. As you guys have told before, we get some numpties probably listening to this right now, like, oh, Luke said there's a bad part about the CFL. Okay, I think the tush push is garbage as well. I don't enjoy watching that. But what's tough is, like, again, you get these end zones that are 20, soon to be 15, thank God. But you're on the 3-yard line. You have all these great players, and we reduce the talent of the guys by being like, you know what we're going to do? Bring up not even our second string, our third string quarterback to come in here and run a wedge play. It's just like very, from a product standpoint, from a viewership standpoint, it's just very anticlimactic. Like, you want to see your best players on the field there. And that's a lot of the CFL. So, again, I'm not suggesting anything to Stewie Johnson. And I think you want to talk about a guy that's a gangster. That guy had an unbelievable week. His press conferences, this whole thing, I'm like, this guy's on fire. But that's probably something down the road that they might end up looking at. And I don't know how because you got to keep the yard neutral zone. You can't go away from that. That's a part of Canadian fabric, in my opinion.
That's the thing, though,
yeah,
right? Like, Stu can't really make any more.
Yeah, I don't think they'll make
changes.
anything more now, but I do think there's probably a couple adjustments with stuff like that where you can probably limit the amount of, you don't want, and it didn't happen yesterday. I thought yesterday was a really entertaining game, but I've been to a couple games where there's 7 or 8 of those things on both sides of the ball, and you're like, man.
But the irony is, and I hear what you're saying, it's not your best players with the ball in their hand, but it actually did lead to the most explosive play of the game. The defining play of the game was the fumble on the goal line.
Yeah.
And you could tell he was uncomfortable holding the ball, man. Like, it popped out on impact.
Yeah.
Like, that's another thing. Like, I don't know. If you're Montreal, is there no other option that you have to secure the football there? If you don't get in, that's one thing, but you cannot fumble the ball. Like,
totally. And again, Hayes, like, you get down to the 3, and it's 2nd and 2 from the 3, and the thought process there offensively is QB sneak, QB sneak, QB sneak, get 1 yard, 1 yard, 1 yard, and you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I thought there was a lot of really cool plays in that game. One of the things I loved was Mueller, the offensive coordinator for Saskatchewan, when the tides were turning. He came out, and first play of the drive, they were 8 points up, and I'm like, wow, Montreal's mounting this comeback. I believe it was a 31-yard completion. Might be 39. They either went to I believe they ended on the 39. It was a 31-yard completion to Sam Emulus. And, I thought that was just, what do you guys say? The big ball's open. Like, for an OC to come out here when it's like, let's try and control the game a little bit. Like, they're coming back and being like, to take a shot like that on the first play, I thought really changed the tide in that second half. Mm-hmm. So, there was a million really cool moments, but, again, the fumble, some of the quarterback sneaks, just not for me, I guess.
Partsy, you mentioned the big balls open. What we refer to is the no balls open.
No balls open. No,
yeah,
I apologize.
You got that one wrong. Yeah. Sorry about that.
It's the complete opposite is usually what we reference.
Yeah, no balls open.
Trevor Harris, right call for MVP of that game?
No.
No?
I would have went with Emilus. He got most outstanding Canadian.
Yeah.
It's one of those. Let me rephrase that. It's one of those
really
quarterback.
Yesterday. Yeah.
It's one of those quarterback. Sometimes when you're like, well, I think the best player in the league, a couple of years ago was Christian McCaffrey, or last year was Saquon, but you give it to the quarterback. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to take anything away from Trevor Harris, but some of the plays Emilus made, and there were a few early that I thought were massive, where it was 2nd and 6 or whatever it was, and he catches a 4-yard pass, makes 3 guys miss, and turns up and gets 15 yards of yak. I thought he had a lot of moments where he himself kind of put the team on his back and really gave them a lot of momentum. But you can go either way, A or B.
And usually the MVP. And his story, he's older.
Totally.
He's getting his first Grey Cup. And
Hayes, look at you, man. You're Mr. CFL.
I'm Mr. CFL.
Look at this guy.
Look
Bryan
at me.
Hayes,
2
Mr.
days in the
CFL.
peg, and it's like I grew up in the prairies.
The peg changed us. That's what it was.
I like that.